Hoppy Kercheval, 5:55 a.m. How early did you get in that day, by the way?
Probably 3:30.
How long did you do sign-on shift?
I signed on like 7 years.
Not all.
6 days a week for 7 years.
Lightweight.
I know. Couldn't do it now. Now when I wake up at 3:30 is to go to the bathroom. And go back to bed.
Welcome to the 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com on a Wednesday, and I apologize because Stephanie Pauly is our producer, one of the producers of the show, and normally she has everything. We have a thing we call the run sheet, when we have who we're calling and what we're doing and so on. And Stephanie, I don't even know whether you know this. I did the run sheet today, and I put the wrong date on. I put 2025 on it because how many of us in modern day actually write the date out anymore? I mean, you did it when you were in school. You did it back when people wrote checks and whatever. This may have been the first day that I have written the date down, and I was responsible for putting together the sheet. And my co-host, the lovely and talented AB, starts the show by saying January 24th, 2025, because she read it directly off the sheet. And it is indeed the year of our Lord, 2026.
Oh, yeah, he did find something out. Something, you're related to Thomas Jefferson?
Well, no, I'm not related to Thomas Jefferson, but I am related to Samuel Kercheval, who was a historian.
I'm going to tell you something about Samuel Kercheval. Him and Jefferson out smoking corn silk. Kercheval told him, Thomas, I don't know about this country. Might want to start again.
He could.
So I don't have a monitor here, so I really can't see what happens at the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. So at what point do I pop up? When the music starts and Mr. Announcer comes on?
Yeah.
So they see all the little panic things that I do that I'm still in the process of setting up?
Yes. They see you shuffle about uncomfortably. They see you blow the dust off your headphones. They see you put in like 2 cough drops at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I don't do 2 at the same time. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know that. I should probably... Now, these shows are archived, right? So I can go back and watch them.
Yes.
So I could live this show in real time and then go home and, when I say something to Linda like, hey, did you hear when I did this? And I don't watch it. Well, let's get in front of the TV and watch me do it again for 3 straight hours.
Yes, it's archived just like the audio podcast.
Ah, that's right.
And see, this is the thing that gets the NCAA in trouble, when it goes to court here. Is there a clock or not? Greg, we talk about the clock all the time. Mm-hmm. If he began in 2019, the clock should have run out, whether he's played the 4 years or not. And that's part of the argument because some guys go right through the clock, right? TJ Finley, we've mentioned many times on this show. 7th team coming up this year. He's playing for Incarnate Word. He's played 7 seasons at 7 different schools. Now, why hasn't his clock started? Why doesn't he have the 5-year clock? So if you're Aguilar, I get it.
He just bouncing him off the ropes. Somebody save this man. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Very nice, very nice. He hit him with everything he didn't want.
Ten seconds remaining.
Going to be a direct snap here.
Snap back. It's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws. He's got an open man. Pass top 10. 5. End zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor. 3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up. And Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable gutsy play call. And then perfect execution by these Falcons.
Things aren't always going to be great. And sometimes, you can work really, really hard and it's still not great. You're still not successful. But, if you continue to do it, one way or another, things are going to be work out. You're going to be successful. And it may not be in the world's eyes, but God's made us this way. He's blessed us with so many things, and I think that's one of our attributes that we need to have is we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to work hard, and if it doesn't work out exactly how we want, just keep plugging away because God's got better plans.
Live from West Virginia's capital city with news from across the state. This is Metro News Midday, presented by Salango Law, with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and Metro News' Dave Allen.
Welcome into the 2 o'clock hour, final hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Stephanie Pauly, Ryan Nicholson, our producers today. We'll get to your calls and texts as we do each day on Open Line West Virginia, 1-800-765-TALK. That's the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. That's all coming up after 2:30. But right now, let's introduce you to another great mayor. It's Mayor Monday, Metro News Midday.
Metro News Midday is presented by Salango Law. SalangoLaw.com. Join in by calling 800-765-8255 or text 304-TALK-304. Let's go live to downtown Charleston. Here's Dave Allen.
It's a Monday edition of Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com. Ryan Nicholson, Stephanie Pauly, our producers today. Metro News Midday, again, brought to you by Salango Law. Open Line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Also, we've been talking about the passing of Delegate Larry Kump, and we've been working on trying to get some folks on for their recollections. I do know that we have former Senate President Craig Blair, who's going to join us during the 2 o'clock hour tomorrow, also working as we speak to talk to one of the current legislators. As you know, they have been a little bit busy today, so we are going to talk, I understand, to Delegate Charles Horst, working on that, not 100%. If he can break away, that'll be coming up a little bit later on in the hour, around 2:20 or so. Each Monday, we like to introduce you to another great mayor doing great things in his or her town around the state of West Virginia. And today, we're going to go down to Ceredo and talk to Mayor Paul Billups. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. How long have you been mayor?
9 years.
Now, what was it what made you want to be mayor?
Well, it was a situation of, I guess, coming full circle. My family has been involved in politics here in Ceredo for a number of years. Since 1947, my grandfather was elected mayor. And when I retired, the current mayor stopped by my house and told me I was expected to complete my public service, so it was my turn to run.
You were voluntold, as they say, right?
Very well put. Yeah.
What did you learn from your family in the past? How much of that were you a part of growing up? I mean, do you remember? It was your grandfather, right? Is that what you said, your grandfather?
Right.
Okay. Were you old enough to remember your grandfather being mayor?
Oh, yes. Very much so. He was mayor for 20 years.
Okay. All right.
So,
what did you witness when you were younger? What did you witness your grandfather doing as mayor?
Probably the most important thing my grandfather passed on to me. I didn't realize it at the time. Probably didn't understand the meaning of the word, but he told me that being mayor in a small town was a lot like being a patriarch. You had a group of people that you were charged with making their lives a little better each day. And I think I've carried that with me, and that's really the most enjoyable thing I can say about my last 9 years here is I can come in every day knowing in a small town you can have a true effect on the lives of the people you serve.
Talk about the community of Ceredo.
Yeah, Ceredo is unique in that it was founded as an abolitionist community in the South. Obviously, we were part of Virginia excuse me, in 1857 when the town was founded by a Massachusetts congressman, Eli Thayer. And his theory was that we would get away from slavery by making the community an industrial community as opposed to an agrarian type area. And things had gone pretty well the first 5 years. Before the war started, we had about 500 residents and a number of industrial type businesses here in town. But then the Civil War started, and Ceredo, and by the way, was the site of the only Union fort in Wayne County. It's at where present-day City Hall is. And the 5th Virginia Volunteer Infantry, which later became the West Virginia 5th, was formed here in Ceredo and served for the duration of the Civil War. So the town has a very interesting history. Ceredo and Lawrence, Kansas are the only two cities that were intentionally formed as abolitionist communities in the United States prior to the Civil War.
See, that's something that that they did not teach me in West Virginia history, Mayor. I did not know that, and I've learned something here on the show from you today. What's new in town lately?
Not a lot. Not a lot's changed here. It's a part of good fortune and bad, but we are a pretty much built-out community. We don't have any extra land, nowhere to expand. It's bad when you say business opportunities and don't have anywhere to put them. I guess it's probably good because we're not pressured to go out and look for new businesses. The town is.
Go ahead.
The town runs on a pretty settled and stable system here, other than the typical aging infrastructure problems that everywhere in West Virginia I know suffer from. Everything in Ceredo is in pretty good condition right now.
We're talking to Ceredo Mayor Paul Billups this week's subject on Mayor Monday. If you had a wish list for the town, I mean, I know you said you don't have a lot of areas to build out on, but if you did, or anything, infrastructure, whatever, what's on your wish list for the city of Ceredo?
Yeah, number one would be, we're applying for, and hopefully we will receive some financial aid from various organizations to help replace part of our sanitary sewage system that is it's just aged out and it's become very expensive to operate. But we have 11 pump stations, sewage pump stations here in town, and 3 of those need repaired immediately or replaced. And those are a little over $1 million a piece. And obviously, being a town of 1,460 people, we've never had $3 million extra in the treasury, and don't anticipate that we will.
Just laying around waiting to be spent. Mayor, when you are trying to sell the town to people, you're talking to a future business or maybe a family about moving there. What's the selling points in Ceredo?
There's several. We have the lowest utility rates among the lowest in the state. We have by far, I think, the best service by municipal employees in the state. We have a great group of maintenance workers that have been with us for a number of years. Our streets are clean. We don't have any road rubbish along even Route 60. It's cleaned every day. Housing costs are a bit higher than others in the surrounding area, but the average time on the market for a house in Ceredo is about 4 days. So it's a place people want to come and live because it is a safe community. It's still a community where in evenings the people take walks on the sidewalk and you know your neighbors.
Mm-hmm. And you're in that greater Huntington footprint. I mean, I know you're not obviously, you're not just a couple of minutes away from town, but you're relatively close to Huntington. Do you see people maybe coming from Huntington to relocate in your area if they can find a place?
We do. As a matter of fact, at City Hall, we maintain a list of people who call in looking for houses in Ceredo. People call here and want to know what's on the market or what might be coming on the market, so that we can notify them if a house becomes available in Ceredo.
Talk about the fun stuff that you do throughout the years. Fairs, festivals, anything for summer or fall or anything like that?
Yeah, we do. We participate in a CK Autumn Fest, which is part of the Great Canova Pumpkin House that Rick Griffith puts on each year.
Oh yeah, we interviewed him during October. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great fair and festival each year. In addition to that, we have 2 antique automobile shows a year, and those are big crowd draws. We think the finest youth baseball facility in West Virginia here, Mitch Stadium. It's in 2009, Little League Baseball held their regional tournament here when they were building a new facility in Georgia, and so they didn't have one ready, so they brought it here, and we had ESPN in town. That was a big deal. Otherwise, we have Rocco's Restaurant and Austin's Ice Cream, which are big draws.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, before we let you go, I do this with every mayor every week. All right, I ask them a simple question to close it out, and it's not timed or anything like that, but I just say, if you come to Ceredo, what's the one or two things that you have to see, do, or take part in, Mayor?
I would urge everyone to stop at the Z.D. Ramsdale Historic House. It's on the National Register of Historic Places. We actually have 3 buildings in Ceredo on the National Register, which is rather unique for a town this size. But the Ramsdale House was built in 1857 by Captain Z.D. Ramsdale, who obviously served in the Civil War, and it is still an open museum here in town. We have our own town museum separate from the Ramsdale House. I would urge people to stop and look there. And finally, I would say, other than the food, which is the big draw every day here, we repurposed the elementary school here when school consolidation occurred, and we have now an average of about 850 people a week that enter that facility. We turned that into a multipurpose facility. It's part fitness geared towards senior citizens. The County Historical Society is located there, Genealogical Society. We have a number of classes, Zumba and yoga, such as that, as well as we have a cafeteria where we serve meals 4 days a week to the elderly and shut-ins here in town that can't get out. I think if people would see that and see what can be done with these buildings, particularly schools, since consolidations come pretty much across the state now, it's a great success story out there.
Well, Mayor, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, and great things. You got a beautiful town. I've been there many times. Ceredo Mayor Paul Billups. I appreciate you being here on Mayor Monday. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dave. Take care.
We'll take a break, remembering Larry Kump when we come back. Stay with us.
If you have a child who's a junior in high school in West Virginia or know someone that does, please listen up. Here's your opportunity to win a full scholarship from West Virginia Wesleyan College that includes room, board, tuition, and fees. The 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program is presented by ZMM Architects and Engineers and the West Virginia Farm Bureau. The deadline is May 3rd. For details, go to wvmetronews.com to apply. That's wvmetronews.com. Remember, application deadline is May 3rd.
Welcome to Biscuit Country, where joy is measured one ladle at a time, where smiles come with a side of gravy, warming the soul. Start your morning at Tudor's Biscuit World with our super breakfast, or dig into the Big Tater, crispy potatoes topped with eggs and bacon, then crowned with savory gravy. And don't forget the classic, gravy over a biscuit. Welcome to Biscuit Country, where at Tudor's, you're always home.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
On the next State of Minds.
I came here to Morgantown, the WVU. I wanted to play football. Tried to walk on, but I was humbled very quickly. So I joined the WVU forestry team. What my father taught me was the importance of hard work and the importance of sweat equity.
Right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Spacious, smooth, and made for everyday life. It's truly a fan favorite. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra, now up to $12,000 off, or lease as low as $499 a month. So upgrade your ride this year with us at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thora.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Hi, I'm Chris Lawrence. Make plans to join me at the Mountain States premier fishing, hunting, and outdoor sports show presented by Can-Am, Saturday and Sunday, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. Over 200 vendor booths and 100,000 square feet of everything outdoors, all under one roof. Great prizes, seminars, and kids fish for free in the Academy Sports Trout Pond. It's the 24th annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. Doors open both days at 9 a.m.
The Mountain East Conference men's and women's basketball tournament returns to Wheeling from March 4th through the 8th. Westbanco Arena will serve as the host of one of the nation's premier basketball leagues, featuring one of the highest scoring conferences in America. Action begins on Wednesday, March the 4th, and concludes on Sunday, when two champions will be crowned. For advance tickets, go to westbancoarena.com. Visit mountaineast.org for tournament information. The 2026 Mountain East Conference Basketball Championships, presented by the Health Plan.
Welcome back to the show, 224. We'll get to Open Line West Virginia coming up at the bottom of the hour. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. We were saddened to learn over the weekend of the death of West Virginia House of Delegates member Larry Kump out of Berkeley County, 78 years old when he passed away over the weekend. Charles Torres, fellow legislator in the House of Delegates, knew Larry Kump very well, and he joins us right now. Delegate Horst, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. I just regret that's about an unfortunate time, but I'm glad to be here, I guess.
Talk about what kind of a person that Delegate Larry Kump was.
Well, anybody that knows Larry probably knows him for his humor. Sometimes it falls on deaf ears occasionally, but he always has humor. He always has a nickname for folks. That's certainly parts of Larry that I'll remember him by. I got a neat little story of one of those instances, and that was when I first filed to run for office in 2020. Come to Charleston during that session, And Larry Kump introduced me on the floor. And then he introduced my wife as well, Sherry. She was with me. But he introduced my wife, and I probably should let everybody know. Most people back home call me by my nickname, Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Larry kind of had this tag that he put on my wife, I guess, and he introduced her as the bride of Chucky.
Nice. You know, I was around Delegate Kump a couple times, but not a great deal. But that's the one thing that I'm hearing in the 48 hours since it was announced that he passed away is his sense of humor. You said I've had more than one person that has either posted about it on social media, Delegate, or has said it in an interview that he had such a great sense of humor and such a unique way of speaking. He had some terminology that you just don't hear every day. It's what I've heard about him.
Yes, good googly moogly.
Good.
I mean,
that's the one.
That's Larry Kump's signature right there when he goes to speak on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And he uses that quite often, and that's just part of Larry. That's just who Larry was. He was a great guy. He cared about the people. He cared about his constituents, and certainly he always tried to do the right thing for the people. There's no question in my mind about that.
Talk about serving alongside him in the legislature, somebody that you've obviously known for a while, but now he was your contemporary. What kind of legislator was Larry Kump?
Well, he was very principled. Integrity, I would use. He was very, very liberty-minded. He cared deeply about the Constitution and following the Constitution, and he voted and legislated accordingly. To his credit, sometimes that path is maybe frowned upon by a few, but it's always the correct path to be on, I think.
Well, West Virginia Republican Party Chair Josh Holstein released a statement that said, quote, Larry was a principled conservative, a patriot, and a man who never backed down from defending the values he believed in. You would go along with that statement, I presume?
I would go along with that 110%.
And also, the West Virginia Democratic Party issued a statement following his passing, saying his work reflected the lifelong commitment to accountability, public policy, and the effective administration of government. Delegate Kump devoted his life to his family, community, and to his state. He brought experience, independence, and thoughtfulness to the role, and he never lost sight of people he served. That was from the state Democratic Party chair, Mike Pushkin, who also was a fellow delegate. You don't oftentimes hear statements from the opposite party that go into that much detail. Usually it's just we're saddened to learn about his loss, but obviously, you got the Republican Party chair and the Democratic Party chair releasing statements about Delegate Kump. He was quite a guy.
That I think that just speaks volumes to the man's character. When that happens there, like you say, it doesn't happen all the time, but when you see that, that should be a wake up call to set up and pay attention that we just lost an outstanding individual.
Delegate Charles Horst was kind of a last-minute thing, and I appreciate you being nice enough to be on the show with us today and give us your memories of Delegate Larry Kump, who passed away at the age of 78. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Delegate Charles Horst, again on the passing of Delegate Larry Kump. Passed away over the weekend at the age of 78. He was a Republican, serving in the House from 2010 to 2014, again from 2018 to 2020, and finally to 2022 to the present. And he had announced plans to run again in the upcoming electoral cycle. Had suffered some health issues and was absent, the last couple of weeks from what I understand. But he certainly will be remembered for some time. Hey, quickly, if you have a child who's a junior in high school in West Virginia, or you know someone that does, your opportunity to win a full scholarship from West Virginia Wesleyan, including room, board, tuition, and fees, is awaiting. 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program presented by ZMM Architects and Engineers and the West Virginia Farm Bureau. Go to WVMetroNews.com, WVMetroNews.com to apply. Deadline, though, is May 3rd. And again, it's brought to you by ZMM Architects and Engineers and the West Virginia Farm Bureau. Open Line West Virginia is coming up. Get your questions and comments ready for the phones, for the text. We'll take them after the break. It's Metro News Midday.
New year, new truck. Start your year off with
And now we'll go to the Metro News anchor desk for a check of local news. You're listening to Midday on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Jeff Jenkins. As state CPS workers in the Tiger Valley Regional Jail this afternoon on $13,000 bail. 42-year-old James Clark of Shady Spring is charged with DUI and child neglect. Barber County deputies say Clark was under the influence when transporting a child under state care on U.S. Route 250 Sunday afternoon. A four-session agenda in the state Senate having a difficult time today making any progress because the bills on the agenda are being read
for a fee,
in full.
or other valuable consideration. A transaction.
That motion came from Marion County State Senator Jerry Garcia, upset with the leadership because there's been no discussion on a bill that Garcia backs. He says he really didn't want to make that stall tactic motion.
I really don't like the idea of reading bills. It is a constitutional right that each senator does have, and it's, in my opinion, to be used only in the most extreme circumstances, and this fits that for me.
The House of Delegates today remembering the life and service of Delegate Larry Kump, who died over the weekend. Delegate Chuck Horst was a friend and colleague.
I don't know that I can really put everything into words, but he will be sorely missed in the legislature and missed by myself. I would say all of his constituents. There was overwhelming outpouring and support for Delegate Kump over the weekend from both sides of the aisle. Much respect. He deserved respect, and he got much respect.
You're listening to Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Welcome to Biscuit Country, where joy is measured one ladle at a time, where smiles come with a side of gravy, warming the soul. Start your morning at Tudor's Biscuit World with our super breakfast. Or dig into the Big Tater, crispy potatoes topped with eggs and bacon, then crowned with savory gravy. And don't forget the classic, gravy over a biscuit. Welcome to Biscuit Country, where at Tudor's, you're always home.
Who are the toughest men and women in the area? Miller Lite, Coors Light, Modelo, 84 Lumber, Dutch Miller Auto Group, Huntington Drum, Wilson Welding, Fitness World, Pritchard Lawn Care, All Tech Environmental and Construction, and Pam's present the 38th Annual Tough Man Contest, coming this Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. to the Cam Henderson Center at Marshall University. It's Tough Man this Friday and Saturday at the Cam Henderson Center. Tickets at WVToughman.com or at the Marshall box office.
Two stories this afternoon at WVMetroNews.com about what federal judges are saying about some immigration arrests in the Mountain State. In a sweep conducted in January, and ICE agents and West Virginia police making those arrests, both federal Judge Irene Berger, federal Judge Joe Goodwin, have new filings in recent days. More at our website. U.S. Marshals say a man wanted for a murder in Michigan's in custody after being arrested in Morgantown this morning. 29-year-old Dion Flowers, one of three men charged. From the Metro News anchor desk, I'm Jeff Jenkins.
Being isolated and lonely can be harmful to your health, resulting in high blood pressure, a greater risk of heart disease, and early onset dementia. So it's important to build and maintain social connections. Try a new hobby, volunteer, exercise, or use your phone or other device to stay in touch. Visit connecttoeffect.org to find resources and ways to stay connected. Presented by AARP Foundation with support from United Healthcare.
This is Metro News Midday, presented by Ceredo Law. CeredoLaw.com.
Welcome back to the show. We got 26 away from 3 o'clock on kind of a rainy, nasty kind of Monday here in the capital city of Charleston, West Virginia. Some areas of the state got snow in the winter that would not end. Other areas got freezing rain and ice pellets and sleet. But they tell us that by the weekend, by Saturday specifically, 80 degrees here in the capital city. So we will take it. Open line West Virginia, 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. Text says, as a parent of a Hope student who left public school, I support Rayleigh's law. Seems a small inconvenience if such a law could save a child, but I wish the state also focused on CPS failures and reforms, since CPS was repeatedly involved in Rayleigh's case while she was in the public school. Lives are only saved when CPS is acting as it should, says a texter. Text says the men and women of our armed forces deserve a lawful authorization and clear missions and goals. The goals are vague and keep changing. Also, the staff of the State Department are at risk from violence against the U.S., says a texter. Let's go to the phones, and if you want to weigh in, 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK-304. Let's go to the phones and talk to Jim. You're on the show. Good afternoon.
Hello, Dave. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, sir. How are you?
It's been before Christmas since I talked to you, but I have had a lot of things going on. I lost my twin sister, and we buried her about 3 weeks ago. The gentleman that was on from the Attorney General's office earlier, when he mentioned the time he was on the ventilator, I can understand that, and I wanted to tell that gentleman to keep up the good fight because my sister didn't make it. Also, I'd like to reach out to Delegate Kayla Young and Mike Pushins. I've been trying to get a day to have a 911 dispatcher day at the legislature since they are the true first responders, and I'm very proud of my years in that, and hope that they will contact me and give me a date before the session is over so we can get 911 dispatchers at the Capitol for the session because they enjoyed it 2 years ago.
All right, Jim. I consider yourselves Pushkin and Young, delegates Pushkin and Young on notice. Jim wants to talk to you. I appreciate you being here, Jim. Always appreciate you listening. Thanks a lot. 24 minutes away from 3. Text says sometimes war is needed for peace, says a texter. Text says Radical Chris Rose is at again. Text, okay, I don't know what that means. Text says, hey, Dave, we know the governor didn't go to a West Virginia public school. LOL, says the texter. Let's go to Alex. You're on Open Line, West Virginia. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm Alex Shea. How y'all doing today?
I'm doing fine. I can't come up with anything to rhyme with that. I mean, other than I'm Dave and I'm okay. How's that?
Fantastic, Dave. It's good to meet and good to talk to you today. I was listening to the show earlier and I was trying to call in, so thank you so much for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Once again, I'm Alex Shea, and I'm the volunteer West Virginia State Director for Gun Owners of America, and I was listening to you all talk about SB 1071, and I heard you had a great many questions, and I'd like to address those for you.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think there's just a lot of questions that a lot of people have about it, and it's supposed to me asking you questions. Why don't you explain to us what the bill is and what's the intent of it?
Absolutely. So SB 1071 in no way is changing the law, making a law, or doing anything nefarious to the law. We're not squinting our eyes or bending the rules. This has nothing to do with the suppressor laws out of Kansas or Texas where they were, going up against the supremacy clause and they were coming up against the commerce clause because they were trying to stay within state lines and say that states had power. That's not what we're doing here. West Virginia has its own codes. And that code requires that it's 61-9-7 that says that there is a machine gun ban prohibition unless you follow the letter of the law of the federal law. And so we look at the federal law, and what we have found is that in USC 18-922-02A, there is a carve-out exception for the states and for the federal government. So as you well know, the rules are for thee and not for me. And back in 1986, when they were writing the Firearm Owners Protection Act and they added the Hughes Amendment to it, they definitely carved out an exception for themselves, as they often do, and that's fine. And in this case, the states wanted to have power. The Hughes Amendment was meant to curb crime, and so the states being the mediary for that. And that is one of the main things I really wanted to address was that I heard that on the radio earlier that somebody had misspoken about it. They said that FFLs would be robbed of this opportunity. FFLs can sell machine guns now. Machine guns are 100% legal within the United States. You can buy any pre-86 machine gun that you like. And also the genie's kind of already out of the bottle. Since the Cargill case that was won from womb to tomb by GOA, there's bump stocks and force reset triggers and super safeties and those things with higher cyclic rates that are fully semi-automatic. They already exist. And once again, there's already millions of machine guns in civilian ownership as well as in military and law enforcement across the United States. So this doesn't change anything. And the best part is no police and no people will be harmed if this law passes, because ultimately it comes down to the ATF. The ATF Form 5, just like the Form 4 or the Form 1, has to be completed. So you complete your fingerprints, you complete your photographs, and you take it to the police station, and they run the background check, and they submit it to the ATF. And when they do that, the ATF will determine if you are or if you are not qualified and able to receive that transfer of that machine gun. That's the moment where all liability shifts to the ATF. So in the good news is, because West Virginia has such a incredibly freedom-oriented stance as our citizens, our attorney generals are incredible, and our governor is also pretty incredible. Even if someone were transferred a machine gun with a Form 5, that would be great. That means, hallelujah, our law is perfect and nothing is wrong and everything is fine. But in the event they were denied, they would not be in possession of a machine gun. The police would not have transferred the machine gun because they wouldn't do so without that permission going out. And then we would have an opportunity to actually see it challenged in court, which we don't suspect it, because just as of a few months or years ago, there was a case where they were returning, it was in the Fifth Circuit, where they were returning forced reset triggers that the ATF had confiscated, and then the Bondi Department of Justice was sued by New Jersey, and it was in a Maryland Circuit Court, or Maryland District Court, I believe, and they claimed that the federal government could not return those semi-automatic force reset triggers because they were machine guns. And so the DOJ, that's Pam Bondi's Department of Justice, they came out and they said two things. Number one, they gave them the death blow because they said this doesn't matter because force reset triggers are in fact not fully automatic. They are semi-automatic. And number two, even if they were machine guns, the federal government and the states have the right to transfer them, to hold them, to buy them, to sell them, and to loan them to whoever they see fit because of USC 18-922-02A.
What would you say to those that would say, well, this is just another level of government bureaucracy. This is the government being in a business that they have no business being. And to that you would say what?
I mean, we already do that as a government. The government shouldn't be taxing our property. The government shouldn't be selling alcohol. The government shouldn't be issuing driver's licenses and things like that. But here we are. Plus, this, if anyone has any problem with the way that USC 18-922-02A is written, then they need to get in a DeLorean, go back to 1986, stop the Congress from passing the Hughes Amendment, and tell Ronald Reagan not to sign it. Like, we didn't do that. You didn't do that. GOA didn't do that. West Virginia didn't do that. This is something that is there, and there's multiple precedent. I even heard you guys accurately reported that in this bill language of SB 1071, it's got like 2 or 3 pages of just precedent that has been set as exactly why this is interpreted this way. I assure you, fine citizens of West Virginia, that the greatest legal minds on the Second Amendment front at GOA and even impartial third parties like Jared Yanis and also Mark Smith of the Four Boxes Diner, who's a renowned Second Amendment attorney who operates at the Supreme Court level. They have all reviewed it. They have all looked through it. They are singing its praises. It is what it is, and I wish we could take more credit for it, but honestly, if it hadn't been for Pam Bondi's Department of Justice, we wouldn't have found it. And it's been sitting dormant for these entire years. So hallelujah, West Virginia can set up a commission to actually raise funds, because there's an application charge of $250. You don't have to pay the tax stamp, thank goodness, because Form 5s don't have to deal with that. But that money goes straight to the state. So for an extra 10 minutes worth of processing paperwork, the state police or whatever government agency wants to do it, or Department of Homeland Security for West Virginia, either one, they can make money, and it's a conscious choice. It's not a tax. You either do it or don't do it, and you pay the fee whether you get approved or not. But that's a great way to raise funds, much more moral and ethical than taxing someone's income, for example. Why would we be punished for producing?
Alex, give us your organization again. Again, this wasn't a set-up interview, but you just called, and I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you calling us up. I think we tried to get you on our shows earlier, but for one reason or another we couldn't. But you did the thing, and you just called us, and that's perfectly fine.
No, I'm a long-time listener, brother. I've lived in Morgantown for about 15 years, and I really love you guys. I was working over there at Defense in Depth for a long time. So anybody out there in Morgantown, if you're listening, I'm Alex Shea. Used to be a Defense in Depth. Now I'm the West Virginia Volunteer State Director.
All right. And where can people learn more? Website, social media, where can people learn more from your
absolutely.
perspective?
Go to gunownersofamerica.org, and you can see all of the most incredible alerts, and also check out the Gun Owners of America tweets on X.
All right.
Gunowners.org is the best place to find it.
All right, Alex, we appreciate you listening, man. Thanks a lot.
No worries. Thank you.
All right, 2:45. We'll take a break and come back after this.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hi, I'm Chris Lawrence. Make plans to join me at the Mountain State's premier fishing, hunting, and outdoor sports show presented by Can-Am, Saturday and Sunday, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. Over 200 vendor booths and 100,000 square feet of everything outdoors, all under one roof. Great prizes, seminars, and kids fish for free in the Academy Sports Trout Pond. It's the 24th annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. Doors open both days at 9 a.m.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
Start your new year off right with a new ride from Dan Cava GMC. Come explore our 2026 GMC Acadias. Spacious, smooth, and made for everyday life. It's truly a fan favorite. Drive into winter with a new 2026 GMC Sierra, now up to $12,000 off, or lease as low as $499 a month. So upgrade your ride this year with us at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thora.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
On the next State of Minds.
I came here to Morgantown, the WVU. I wanted to play football. Tried to walk on, but I was humbled very quickly. So I joined the WVU forestry team. What my father taught me was the importance of hard work and the importance of sweat equity.
Welcome back to the show. 11 away from 3 on a Monday afternoon. It's Metro News Midday, powered by Ceredo Law. Visit CeredoLaw.com. Dave Allen in the host chair. 1-800-765-TALK is the phone number. Text 304-TALK 304. The state's premier outdoor sports show back. 24th annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show presented by Can-Am. Returns to Milan Park in Morgantown this Saturday and Sunday. Over 100,000 square feet of everything outdoors. Over 200 vendors all in one place. Complete details, WVOutdoorSportsShow.com, a WVRC media event. Text says Trump's war is affecting oil supply for the Middle East. The U.S. imports 10% of our oil from the Middle East. Gasoline prices in Martinsburg increased 20 cents per gallon overnight. Isn't capitalism great, says a texter. Text says, Dave, I am just glad we have a president with the you-know-what to stand up to Iran. This wouldn't have happened under Sleepy Joe. Text says it's pronounced Iran. Iran was complying with the multinational agreement and was not enriching uranium to weapons grade until unstable genius Trump withdrew from the agreement. The current debacle is 100% due to Trump's ignorance, says a texter. As a Vietnam-era veteran, says a texter, and remembering how that conflict escalated by mistaking a school of barracudas for silvery, shiny torpedoes, Gulf of Tonkin incident in 1965, it pays us to read Scripture with Proverbs 24:6. For by wise counsel you will wage your own war, and a multitude of counselors. There's safety. Now, what is our withdrawal strategy with Iran? Vietnam went on for over 10 plus years, says a texter. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to figure it was two different texts. I got it. Text says, I am surprised. It's two different texts, I think, that go together. I'm surprised that as journalists, radio announcers, and Americans, it seems that you guys are taking this thing in Iran too lightly. First of all, it goes against our international law and our Constitution because it clearly states that no country is allowed to kill the leader of another country unless they attack us first, and then only in certain conditions. It seems the Republican Party okay with making the president a dictator because they go along with everything he does. The problem is that the people reporting on these crazy things that are going on in this country don't have the courage to stand up and report how dangerous this is. It's time to stop making excuses for the way this administration is allowed to do whatever they choose. We started another war because they had weapons of mass destruction. We all know how that turned out. Wake up, people, and see that we are allowing a dictator to rule America, says a texter. Text says, TJ, I love talking about people when they're not here. TJ sounds like a Russian TV personality, justifying attacking Iran using historical events. What TJ conveniently leaves out is the Western involvement in Iran pre-1979. I'm sure radical Islam and anti-American sentiment wasn't born out of a vacuum. The West, Europe, and the U.S. has screwed over many nations in the name of capitalism and profits. Just call this military aggression what it is, a play for further control of global economics, says a texter. Text says anything for a distraction away from the Epstein files and the Republicans getting it handed to them in the midterms. Right, Donnie? Text says, R.I.P. to Delegate Larry, to the delegate. He was always he was always entertaining for sure, says the texter. Text says, if we're using history as a rationalization for military action against a country, let's try not to forget America's role in history. In 1953, the U.S. installed a puppet government in Iran, which was overthrown by Islamists in 1979. The reason for the puppet government, 1953, the preceding government led to their national oil. U.S. opposed it, so the U.S. overthrew the government and installed a friendly puppet government. It's always been about oil and control of it. It's too gross. Is it too gross and immoral to admit aggression with Iran is because of oil, says a texter. The history of this country, says a texter, is long with men who are willing to fight and die themselves or to send others to die. It never changes. Federal government, says the texter, doesn't want a large amount of people to easily own automatic weapons because then federal authority would be more easily challenged. Automatic weapons would be a handy tool to stop government tyranny, says the texter. Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, and other defense contractors, says the texter, needed a real-life battlefield to assess their new weapon systems. We all know they were angry with Biden for ending the Afghan war. These 4th and 5th grade boys at my work will be fighting in the Middle East 10 years from now, says the texter. Text says, gas went from $2.79 this morning to $3.19 this afternoon. I thought it wasn't supposed to spike, says the texter. We'll take a break and close it out after this.
The Mountain East Conference Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament presented by the Health Plan is back at Wheeling's West Banco Arena March 4th through the 8th. Past men's basketball national finalists West Liberty and Fairmont State and 2022 women's basketball national champion Glenville State will be featured from the highest scoring NCAA Division II basketball conference in the country. Visit westbancoarena.com for advanced tickets and Tournament Central at mountaineast.org for tournament information, stories, results, event schedule, streaming, and television broadcast information. Join us for the Mountain East Conference Basketball Championships presented by the Health Plan March 4th through the 8th at West Banco Arena in Wheeling.
A degree from Marshall University isn't simply a career path. It's a trust, an opportunity to inhabit the moments that change lives, to make connections that make a difference. With the opportunities of a larger school and the intimate nature usually reserved for one much smaller, you'll find your people, your passion, and yourself at Marshall, all while experiencing the moments that will shape the rest of your life. In person, online, or a mixture of both, join us today. Your moment awaits at Marshall University.
We'll be right back. This is Metro News Midday. Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Trojan Landing Marine is now Charleston's newest power sports dealership.
We now feature a full line of sleek Suzuki street bikes and four-wheelers. We're now offering the innovative riding experience of Benda motorcycles. The next step in motorcycle evolution with all-electric Zero high-performance bikes. We've now got Segway vehicles starting as low as $10,000. Come in and check out our great selection of high-quality Benelli and Royal Enfield bikes. Visit Trojan Landing in Charleston, now your water, road, and dirt dealership.
New year, new trucks. Start your year off with a new truck from Dan Calva Toyota World. Now lease a 2025 Tacoma for as low as $299 a month. Save over $7,500 off on select Tundras or get 2.99% for 72 months. It's your last chance to get a gas model 2025 RAV4. Don't miss out. Come experience cars you can count on year after year. Dan Calva, Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the road.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
The Mountain East Conference Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament returns to Wheeling from March 4th through the 8th. West Banco Arena will serve as the host of one of the nation's premier basketball leagues, featuring one of the highest scoring conferences in America. Action begins on Wednesday, March the 4th, and concludes on Sunday, when two champions will be crowned. For advanced tickets, go to westbancoarena.com. Visit mountaineast.org for tournament information. The 2026 Mountain East Conference Basketball Championships, presented by the Health Plan.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Hi, I'm Chris Lawrence. Make plans to join me at the Mountain State's premier fishing, hunting, and outdoor sports show presented by Can-Am, Saturday and Sunday, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. Over 200 vendor booths and 100,000 square feet of everything outdoors, all under one roof. Great prizes, seminars, and kids fish for free in the Academy Sports Trout Pond. It's the 24th annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show, March 7th and 8th at Milan Park in Morgantown. Doors open both days at 9 a.m.
I have had a complicated relationship with food. My job was to talk to heart failure patients about diet and exercise. I felt like, why would you listen to me? Because I was not following a diet that was healthy for me. I needed help. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 175 pounds. I feel like I'm free. They hold the skill, they hold the tools, and they're waiting for you to come say that you need the help.
Final text of the day says, having a Marine grandson deployed and being a military family, I still believe the biggest threat to America is the hate-filled lying Democrats and the fake lying media, along with all the people robbing taxpayers blind by fraud. Mr. Weekly.
And on that happy note.
Yeah, on that happy note. What you got on the show today?
Well, you know what today is? Today is the anniversary of Wilt Chamberlain scoring 100 points. Will any other player ever score 100 points in the NBA or in power conference college basketball?
I'm going to say no. That's what I'm going to say.
That's the question.
That's the question.
So text me your answer.
Text me your answer.
Well, you already did.
That's the way those things work. All right, Mr. Weekly and the crew coming up with Hotline on many of these same Metro News stations. I'll be back tomorrow at noon for Metro News Midday. Till then, have fun and love somebody.